All right, good evening, good morning, the son, brother Daniel here. I'm gonna make a quick video, a quick testimony, okay, about our shepherd, Pastor Charles Dow. Um, you know, it might have been a little bit over a year ago. I made a video, "Does Pastor Dow love?" Um, and I just kept asking the question, "Does he love?" And I kept giving examples of him doing things that I've never seen a pastor do. And I gave a lot of examples, and maybe I might put a link at the bottom of this video. If you've never seen it, you can go back and watch it. But I just wanted to give a quick testimony. You know, I got a very good brother up here who's just coming into the knowledge of the truth. And he started listening to Pastor. And he had the same reaction I did, right? When we first started listening to Pastor, it was like, man, like, this man talks straightforward. He not sugarcoating nothing. But you can't deny what he's saying. He's like, man, this is the truth. So I was like, I know, right? And I'm talking to my brother about it, and he says, I gotta meet this man. I gotta meet him. I gotta meet him. And he was just telling me about some things he's struggling with. He said, man, I gotta meet him. I said, well, brother, let's go. Call Pastor. Pastor said, come on. Now, mind you, Pastor Dow, for those who don't know, is an extremely busy man, okay? And I'm not just talking about busy sitting in an office. I'm talking about busy working with his hands. This man is building a tabernacle with his hands, just like he built the last tabernacle. He's constantly building things on the community. He's constantly going to other communities all over the daggone United States, building with his hands. Constantly counseling, constantly speaking to the saints. This man truly loves Yah's people. He truly does. And he does it through action. He does it through action. So, like I said, I called. He said, come on down here, Brother Daniel. We went down. And do you know, he took the day out of his busy schedule. And he sat with us. And he literally sat there all day and answered every question this brother had. Every question he had, he sat and he answered it. Not only did he sit and answer every question, but it was just like, look, come into my house. He's never met this brother. He said, boom, look, come into my house. We sat down in his house. After being fed, we got down there just as breakfast was getting ready to end. And anybody who's been to Straightway knows the hospitality's off the chain. The sisters came and fed us breakfast, and then we went in and we spoke to Pastor. And we spoke to Pastor literally all day. And he answered every question this brother had. And here's what got me. Towards the end, the brother was just like, man, he said, can you pray for me? And he said, I just need strength. He said, I just need strength. I need guidance. And Pastor said, you already got all that. Just in Pastor Dow fashion. But then he said, okay, well, he said, I'm dealing with a lot because he said, I just found myself getting so angry. He said, and I got so much rage and I'm just always angry. He said, well, now you're talking, now you need some deliverance. And that brother didn't know what he was getting into. And this brother that I'm speaking about, he's a very straightforward brother as well. He's not for no games. He's very serious. So he sat down in the chair and Pastor prayed some prayers, had him repeat some. And then he began to cast the demon out. And when I saw this brother begin to shake, he was just shaking. And I mean, broke out in the most serious sweat. I mean, it was just boom, busting out of him. And the slob and stuff started to come out his mouth. Some of it even had blood in it. And Pastor's casting the demon out of him, And boom, sets the brother free just like that. The Most High uses Pastor, boom. And I was there as well. I was helping in on it, and another one of my brothers was helping in on it as well. But the fact that Pastor was just so willing. You know, I was actually telling that same brother about a story about how when I had my first son, how a pastor from around here came over and prayed for my son and charged me for it. Charged me to pray. And here it is, this man, Pastor Charles Dow, we come to his house, we spend all day, answers every question, and then he turns around and the Most High uses him to cast the spirit out of him right before our eyes. That brother sat up and he was just like, man, he said, I have never experienced anything like that. He said, I just feel good. He was just flabbergasted. He was just like, man. And I mean, on the way home, all he kept saying was, bruh, he said, I am in. He said, 100%. He said, because I have never felt nothing like that before in my life. He said, I've never felt, and he just kept talking about, he says, I know what I felt. I know what I felt. And I'm just sitting there like, man, not only does Pastor do that, but he teaches and demands the people to do the same. Same thing happens in my house. We sit here and do deliverance. People get set free. Spirits get cast out of people. Demons getting cast out of people in the house. And everybody else that's a part of this ministry doing the same thing. So I just wanted to give this testimony about Pastor Dow because, of course, you know, you're going to hear a lot of people, man, so many people. I get questions all the time. Well, the internet says this, the internet says that, and cult this, and blah, 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 and all of this foolishness, all these allegations. And it's just so stupid at the end of the day because I always tell people this. Have you ever met him? Nah, but have you ever met him? Have you ever went and spent time with this man? And I always use this example. I said, let's just be honest here. I said, he's a black man in America that speaks very boldly. Very, very boldly. And guess what? Not even as much as a parking ticket. Go look at his background. You can do it. I tell people that all the time. I said, go check it out. You can do it. But you know what really gets me about that too? What really gets me about that is the fact that you can do that about a man you ain't never met. But do you do that about every pastor? Do you slander and talk about every pastor as bad as they do? He must be doing something right that got these people so pissed off who have never met him. That's the thing that gets me. But you don't go research your pastor like that. But anyway, I digress a little bit. I just wanted to give that testimony because, again, Pastor Dow is a true Jeremiah 3:15 pastor. He is chosen by Yah to be a pastor. A true pastor. Baptized in the Spirit, has the testimony of Jesus the Christ, follows the law, statutes, and commandments. And I tell you what, all the signs follow, just as Jesus said. Lays hands on the sick, they recover. Cast demons out of people. I mean, what can you say? It's clear. So for whoever knows him, they know the truth. And whoever doesn't know him, I encourage you, before you take the advice of anybody, before you listen to any gossip and slander, before you listen to any rumors and all of these things that you don't know, do your due diligence. How about you do this? How about you reach out to the ministry and how about you go meet the man? Just saying. I think that would be the fair, smart thing to do. But just wanted to share this testimony with y'all. Bless y'all.